Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another Java tutorial, and this time I'm going to be showing you how to take input from the user and integrate it into your program or code. The first thing I'm going to do is just create another class specifically for this called user input, and at the very top I'm going to type import.java or import.java.util.scanner. And what this does, the import command, it accesses pre-packaged code, whether it be from Java itself or a third party that's packaged Java programming, and you're able to access it via a directory or a library, which is this. This is the directory for the scanner object, which is what we're going to be using. It's a Java utility or util, and it's the scanner class. So this is the line of code that you have to put if you're going to try and get user input to access the scanner class, because it's already a pre-made object within Java. And whenever you're trying to import anything, it always goes at the very top before you declare your class, so it can access it before you try and initialize any objects of that type. So I'm just going to put in our main method here, and what I'm about to do is create a new object of scanner. And Java is, as far as I know, one of the only programming languages that revolves around the creation of objects. Everything in Java revolves around them, and they're very important. And we'll get into more of objects and creation of objects later, but this is how you set it up, and I'll explain it in a second. Oops. Okay, so essentially what I just did was say that I'm going to be making a new object of type scanner from up here, which is what we imported. This new scanner object is going to be called reader, which is just a variable name. You can set it to whatever you want. And I want it to be equal to a new scanner object with the parameters of input from the system. And when I say parameters, I'm talking about what's within the parentheses of any method or object in this case. So now that that's set up, I'm just going to make a quick little question for the user to reply to. I'm just going to say, how many years old are you? Question mark, with a space, and it's more organized. I'll show you why I put a space in there, just for organization reasons. And now, well, first I've up here got to initialize a new variable of type int, and I'm going to call it age for this, and you'll see why. So we've asked the user a question. We're asking them how many years old are they, and to have them be able to respond and for us to capture their response, we need to type this or something like this in. It's all depending on what you set everything to. So pretty much what I just typed in here is we're going to take this integer age or integer value, or my god, I can't speak again. This integer variable called age, we're going to take that and set it equal to what our new scanner object called reader captures from what our user inputs, and it's going to be of type integer. So hypothetically, if this was to be a variable of type double, then this would have to be next double, empty parentheses. The only one that doesn't correspond to its to the variable type directly is string, and that would have to be next line. Okay, so everything else correlates to it pretty much directly. The only one you need to worry about that doesn't is string, but there are a couple others, and I'll get into that in a later tutorial. So once again, we've initialized a new variable called age. we've created a new scanner object called reader and set it equal to a new scanner that takes the input from the system or our user. And we've asked our user a question saying, how many years old are you? And we set this integer value or variable age equal to what our scanner object captures, and it's going to be an integer value. So to be able to print this out and see what the user inputted so we can use it, I'm just going to show you real quick. I'm just going to print it out. So system.out.print, and this is a quick example of how to mix words and variables in a printed out statement. So I'm going to say you are space, you'll see why space, the value of age plus space years old. Now what this is going to do is it's going to print out you are space and then capture the value of age, which is what the user put in and our scanner read, and then plus another space years old. And I'm just going to run this so you can see what happens. See, it asked us how old we are. I'm going to say 18, and it said you are 18 years old. And the reason I put the spaces in there for organizational reasons. So right here, this space here, I just don't like things being cluttered. And for this statement here, the space after the R and before the years is so it doesn't read like this. See, if I say 18 again, it'll come up like this. So you have to put the spaces after and then before again when you're mixing variables and words. So that's a quick tutorial on how to take user input. Later on in different tutorials we'll be using this in more complex ways so you can get the hang of it. But I hope you learned something, and stay tuned for the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.